Guys, first I gotta say the new record is smoking. The tones are coming off. I heard the pre-roll. I told you earlier for Not My Time, and dude, like I went out and just bought that sucker like that day. So the album is kicking my ass just on a personal level. But if we look over here, we've got your rig and we've got all your guitars racked up, and I guess I want to dig into it a little bit and talk about what you've got going on. Who's going to take me through this?
I can help you out with it. What would you like to know? You just want to go from scratch here?
Well, I mean, let's start with rack one. I mean, the first thing I see is you've got two Hughes and Kettner's triamps, and
one is his main and one is his backup.
Okay, and you've got a duplicate of the Vox head here.
Absolutely, and this will be for his clean rig.
So essentially what I'm getting right now is he's not running heads simultaneously. He's simply switching from rack 1 to rack 2 or rack 2 to rack 1, from clean to dirty to lead, back and forth, and then there's backup heads for each.
Absolutely. It's just the backup is pretty much the mirrored setup of the original that it's under. It's just basically two separate rigs, one solely for the tone of his main and any of his dirties and distortions, and then going to the Vox for all of his cleans. And, of course, we also use a piezo, but that's within the guitar down the road.
Okay, and I'm looking up here, and I'm seeing this head chaser, which is a new thing to me. I mean, obviously, it's functionality.
Everybody.
Yeah. And I'm seeing Savage amps. These are good buddies of mine here in Minnesota. Show me a little bit about how this works and tell me what's happening.
Okay, I can tell you what I can do. I can show you how it works, but my man here, Jeff Chase, is the one that put that together, and I would love for him to put it together.
All right, Jeff, come on, lay it down.
What's going on with the head chaser here is this is actually the guts of a radial headbone VT that our boys over at Savage rackified up for me. Now what happens is your inputs go into this, and the outputs from the speakers also go into this. So if a head goes down during the show, that's as easy as that's all you have to do to go to your backup. You don't have to pull any speaker cables, any input cables, anything. It's flawless. There's no dropout. There's no click, pop, nothing. You can go back and forth as many times as you want, and nobody will hear the difference, except for if you've got one amp set different than the other.
No latency.
Okay, so for all due purposes, you guys kind of had a problem and you needed a solution, and you basically scratched at the animal until you figured out how to do it.
Well, you know, the way it's always been done is you've got your backup head in your rack. Maybe you've got a splitter or an AB box or something to handle the input to go to that head, but you still have to reach back there and move your speaker cables back. That takes time, and that's going to drop you out. Your guy's going to be on stage with no sound. So this way, it's instantaneous, and nobody knows the difference.
You're watching your boy, he gives you a nod, or you hear that he's down, you just go bam, and it's done.
Yeah, easy as that.
So tell me about the amps over here and the wireless, and it looks like you've got another head chaser.
Yeah, there's a head chaser in all of our rigs on stage except for bass. Go ahead, you walk them through the rest.
Back to the rig. Yeah, basically it's just pretty self-explanatory. The cool thing I like about it is that's where you retain all the tone. There's not a lot of nothing wrong or slander. There's not a lot of digital BS running through your rig and a lot of tone loss. So basically, we're just going strictly from a wireless unit, which is your source. And we've gotten all the tone. Really, we maximize the tone to keep from losing the wireless. We've actually adjusted all the pickups accordingly, so they're all kind of matched. That's why every guitar has a distinct tone, but they're pretty much in the ballpark as far as volumes go. So he never has to struggle too much during tone loss or volume loss during a show. So basically, after you calibrate the wireless, it comes right out of the wireless straight into the head chaser. Now, from the head chaser, which Jeff just explained, it's just random Guitar Center 101 hooking up an amp. You know, it's basically your output of your head chaser going into the input of your amp and then wiring it accordingly. You know what I mean? And then amp has an isolation cabinet, which is sitting behind this rig, actually. It's a 112 isolation cabinet, and we have one each in this thing. So basically, you lower the ohmage, lower the wattage, so it doesn't sound like an isolation cabinet. It sounds like it actually has room to breathe.
It's got some sag, and it's getting pushed.
Yeah, exactly, where it's not sounding like a caged lion, where it goes, well, it sounds like a lot of noise trying to get out of a box. You know,
so that's interesting. So all of Chris's cabs are actually offstage in ISO boxes.
Absolutely, yeah, so Matt Roberts.
Same with Matt. How's he getting his monitored sound, or how's he hearing his guitars?
All through in-ears. All through in-ears.
All through in-ears.
Rig, yes, sir.
All right, so no live cabs on stage at all?
No, just our the bass. We have 2 live cabs, but they're up only basically for sweet spots for the basses. You know, got to feel it.